So the boys, the Porto boys, man, FC Porto, they did it, man. They did it, but it wasn't so straightforward. But as far as it wasn't so straightforward, Roma had a very good opportunity to actually win this, you know. And I think you've got to really look at Dzeko, who had an incredible opportunity to actually send them through. But I think as the game was going on, I actually thought this was actually going to go to extra time. And you've got to give credit to Roma. I'll get to FC Porto, but credit to Roma because they've been under a lot of pressure. Because this is a team who have been suffering under Di Francesco. They lost Allison, they lost 9-9 goal, and they have definitely fallen and gotten worse since last season when they actually reached the semi-final and were a goal away from reaching the Champions League final. But I just thought, they shouldn't feel embarrassed by what they did because going away to FC Porto, that's a very tough place to go to. That's a very tough place to go to, away to FC Porto. I think, what's it called? Bayern Munich lost like 3-1 there. So for Roma, you could understand what their tactic was, playing in 3D defenders, wanting to protect the lead. Although, I think that's the only mistake that Di Francesco made. I think from the very start, he should have set his team out to attack. There was no way you were going to keep FC Porto at home, at their crib quiet. And also Roma, you went 2010 into Milan. Okay, you're not that. You do not have the players to keep dudes out for 90 minutes, especially like an FC Porto. So, but I just thought for FC Porto, it was because you have to understand, man. If that had gone to penalties at home, I felt the advantage would have been for Roma because the amount of pressure Porto would have been on in a penalty shootout at their crib would have been very, very tough. So you've got to just say for your boy Sergio Conceição, speaking of which, because I probably say Sergio Conceição, like, when they mentioned that he played for Lazio, I was like, oh my God, I 100% remember when this guy used to play. Just shows you how older I'm getting. When, like, yes, I fully remember Sergio Conceição when he used to play for Lazio, back when the Serie A was actually the Serie A. So, but I think, this is what I think guys have been telling me from the first leg. Marega is critical for this team. He's huge for this team because it's not only him being the goal scorer, the team's top striker. I think the amount of work he does leading the line, hustling, pressing, and just being a constant nuisance for defenders and always being an ever-present threat, I think it's hugely important. I just think that, it's almost a psychological boost that he gives the entire team. We know that if we attack, get the ball to Marega, he's going to create havoc. He's going to create situations and he's going to bring guys into the game, and it's going to give us confidence that we can actually cause trouble and create some goals from somewhere just based on Marega's involvement. So it was good that he obviously got the goal. So I think two things. So two main points, Dzeko's chance and, of course, the penalty that Teye scored. First of all, the Dzeko chance, which was just before the penalty. You've got to score that. Like, it was pretty much a one-on-one. Yes, it was on his right foot, but literally, he was only a few yards away. He had taken the defender out, was 100% onside. Because if Dzeko scores that, I don't think Porto get back in the game. I think Roma, because there may have been about 5 minutes left in the second half of extra time. So if he had scored that, that would have been it. So I think for Dzeko, who... Bro, man, you're trying to get dude sense of by his fake whole injury thing by falling down when Pepe put his head to him. Shout out to Pepe, man. Shout out to Pepe. I'm thinking of a team that Pepe could use a Pepe. Yeah, he used to play for them. They wear white. They just got embarrassed at their crib. The name escapes me. In the comments below, I don't know what the name it is. Eyal Khalid? Oh, sorry, I don't know. The name escapes me. So, when Dzeko missed that was a huge, massive miss. Someone was going to penalty. Now, Florenzi. Surely you know that VAR exists. Surely you know that VAR exists. 100%. These are split-second decisions. If he doesn't hold the shirt, does homeboy get to that ball? I think it might have been Tequino or someone. I'm not sure who he was that he pulled the shirt off. Does he get to the ball? Who knows? But you've got to know that this whole VAR thing, it's real now. These guys are checking everything. So, a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you probably get away with that. No, what's it called? You do get away with that because the referee didn't see it. So if years ago you could get away with that and it goes to penalties, it's 2019. Game has changed now. You do that. People are constantly watching, looking at replays of everything happening in the box. Send it to the referee, and when you look at that, because again, you could say that, was that enough to stop Homeboy? Was that enough to stop the Porto guy? At the end of the day, once the referee saw that, it's like, my God, you're pulling a guy's shirt in the box. Whether it's enough, whether the guy sold it, whether he oversold how much it's affected him, you can't pull a guy's shirt in the box when the ball is coming near him and he's a few yards away from potentially putting the ball in the net. So I thought for Tejes, massive, huge moment in front of the crowd. If he had missed, he would have been the biggest enemy of all time. You know how passionate these Porto fans are. Put it through, quality, and Porto are through. So FC Porto, quarterfinals, and I think for Porto, man, it's tough because I think the only team I think they would want to face, I believe, is Man United. But even Man United will be tough. I don't think they can beat Barcelona, who will beat Lyon. I don't think they beat Liverpool. I don't think they beat Bayern. I don't think they beat Man City. Yeah, and I think those are most of the teams. So yes, I don't really think that they'll beat this. But I think a Man United, and also Man United, I think just think they'll be a tough game. But I think that's the game most likely. That's the matchup where I think they are most likely to win and go to a semi is if they face United. So it's exciting. Good to see FC Porto in there. And for Roma, look, man, I thought they were going to get taken out in 90 minutes. I thought they were going to get taken out in 90 minutes. Perhaps the loss of De Rossi in midfield was a huge thing. But look, man, it is what it is. They tried their hardest, but I never really thought that they could really beat an FC Porto at the crib. And speaking of which is the beauty of the away goal, how crucial was that away goal that FC Porto scored in Rome? Absolutely crucial. Please do not get rid of the flipping away goal rule. Thank you. Thanks for watching the video. Now think about becoming a Football Hot patron by pledging an amount each month and then gain access to exclusive content only on the Football Hot Patreon page. Peace. Head over to the official site at halffootballhot.com or just click over here.